those who have preached production, and one of them is Peter Obi, whose advocacy for shifting the Nigeria's economy from consumption to production. Do you believe his policies would have yielded better economic result than President Bola Tinubu's current approach?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say because, he did, he talked a lot about production, but I didn't get any specifics. But I would say, look, my belief is that a lot of the ideas that were touted were not necessarily fresh, right? Of course, I'm biased in saying this, but it was just...
and why are you biased?
I'm biased because I and a few ecosystem leaders wrote the digital economy policy of the APC.
Oh.
So there was a plan there,
but
right?
You are not an APC member.
I'm not an APC member.
No, you are not a member of any political party.
I'm not a member of any political party.
Since you left Obi Ezekwesili.
Yes, that was the last campaign I was part of. Madam Obi Ezekwesili's 2019 campaign. So I've not been a member of a political party. Even before then, I mean, I wasn't really a member of the political party for that. But I did that because, ACP, and I did that because, my mentor was running for president and I wanted to be helpful to her. But my general point was there was a consultation process that allowed us to come up with a strategy. I and a group of people in tech community shared that strategy across all parties, and only the campaign of the president, the APC, took it on, and to be fair, have actually implemented it.
They are? But Subsidy is doing that?
They are implementing it. And
we're on the right track?
I mean, there are challenges. It's too early to say if we're on the right track or on the wrong track, but I think in order of priorities, he has picked the right ones, right? Connectivity is very key. You see, in India, before India saw its own technology boom, right? India actually, an individual private person spent $2 billion, his name is Mukesh Ambani, on Jio, which became the internet connectivity backbone of India. And that investment has yielded hundreds of billions of dollars. It is astonishing that a state has managed to do that. Because normally this is the realm of private business. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think he's on the right track. He's trying to create a lot of public connectivity infrastructure. He's leading the charge on talent. You understand what I'm saying? Boiling the ocean for talent, which would help a lot of more specialized programs to emerge. So I think he's doing the right things. And that's because that was what was in the plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? For a lot of the other politicians, I didn't see who was behind their digital policy. I'm not saying they should have adopted ours, but I wasn't sure they had given much thought to digital besides, platitudes and all that, right? And even when I met with some of them, right, during the campaigns, it wasn't clear to me that they cared as much about what digital could do for the country. I always felt like the current president was the most serious of the three when it came to understanding the power of digital and what technology could do for the country.
So you, in terms of that, Peter Obi did not convince you enough about how practical.
Him and his team, I don't think, had practical ideas about the digital economy or even the expertise to run these things.
So the issue of production that he was advocating for.
Well, he's advocating manufacturing. We're never going to compete with China. I think it's very important for everybody to understand that we cannot be competitive in agriculture or manufacturing because we simply lack the infrastructure, period. And I think we should just stop barking up that tree. There's just no way that we're going to produce more than China produces. It will always be cheaper for us to buy from China than for us to produce it in Nigeria for many things.
So we should just focus on what matters.
Focus on making revenue, right? You're broke. Why bother about making spoons for yourself when you can go work, get a salary, and buy food and spoons? Let's generate FX. Then we can worry about production later.
And I look at it, what you...
Sheung, this video is for you. I like what you are doing. You are doing a good job, but I think it's becoming too much. The way you bring people to your podcast to talk about Peter Obi. Because I've seen this podcast you are doing, calling different people to come and speak, is all about speaking about Peter Obi. It's becoming too much now. Use your sense now. Use your sense. It's becoming too much. Is it all about Peter Obi? It's like anybody who wants to trend, you comes to this Sheung, Mike and I podcast to come and speak and demarket Peter Obi for no reason. Must it be all the conversations? Must it be all about Peter Obi? Let this young man rest. Allow him to rest. 2023 election has came and gone. They say he is not the winner. The man has moved on, focused on his business, planning for the next election if he's going to contest again. Why all the conversations always about Peter Obi? Bringing different people. Peter Obi was not the only one who contested. We have over 10 different candidates in that presidential elections. Atiku was there. I've never heard anybody talking about Atiku on this show or even everywhere. The way they talk about Peter Obi, I think it's even the both of them we even hear about now. Even both of them criticizing Tinubu as opposition. But the way they speak about Peter Obi on this poker, you ask people questions about Peter Obi. You don't ask them questions about Atiku. You don't ask them questions about Kwankwaso. You don't ask them questions about the other one. What's their name? I forgot their name. So whether is there. You don't ask them questions. You don't ask Kwankwaso. You don't ask SDP. What's his name? Prince Adewale. SDP. You don't ask that one. The other one who represented Zenith Bank that time. Is it not Zenith Bank? Zenith Party. Sorry, Zenith Party. This barrister Ayanwu. You don't talk about them. Where are those people? All of them has their agenda, how they plan to move this country forward. Why is it all about Peter Obi every time? Every given opportunity for any individuals to speak is Peter Obi. Peter Obi would have done better. Peter Obi would have done better. Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. Kilo day, allow this young man to rest. He's busy, focused on his business, on his family, and planning for the next election. Stop demarketing this young man. Stop talking about this young man. It's not even demarketing. The more you talk about him, the more you are giving him, making people get to know more about him. Who is that man? Who is that Peter Obi? But please, if you want to talk about him, speak good about him. Look about the good thing he has done. Look about the good thing he has said. Look about the policies, how he plans to move this country forward. Stop. Even you, this young man. I don't know you anyways. I don't even need to know you because even the way you are laughing at like you're laughing and I adulterated like buffalo or something is I don't get it. I don't understand why. Now you're talking about Peter Obi was focused talking about production. Yes, good. And you saying it's not about production, it's about tech. It's about tech IT. Now has Nigeria better with your IT, with your tech? Are we better? Are we competing with China with this IT, your ideas now? Are we competing with China? The answer is no. Do we say we want to compete? Does Peter Obi, he said he wants to compete with the China in terms of production? The answer is no. He never said that. And we cannot compete with China. We can't compete with China for now, but let's start something. Let's start this production. Let's start this production and get people working and start pulling people out of poverty. With this, your tech you're talking about, where has it helped Nigerians now? Are we competing with the China with this, your ideas? No. So why is it all about Peter Obi? I'm sick and tired of seeing people talking about one particular person every time since 2023 to this time. And now the 2027 election is just around the corner. Then the conversation will start fully anytime soon. Then you get to see more of this. You get to see more of this talking about Peter Obi. Ha! Kilo day, Sheung, I beg of you. Anytime you bring somebody to this your studio, please don't ask them any questions that has to do with Peter Obi. Don't ask them any question. Do not. If anybody want to talk about Peter Obi as a case study, as an example to buttress his point, please allow the person to just shut up. Just allow the person to shut up. I don't care who is the person. Just allow him. Say, please don't talk about Peter Obi. It's becoming too much. And stop asking them questions that has to do with Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not the only presidential candidate. There's a lot of them you can talk about. Peter Obi, all three of them, Atiku, Kwankwaso, even Atiku, Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, they said they want to remove subsidy. Removing the subsidy was not the problem. The process in which you remove the subsidy was the problem. Is what has happened to Tinubu's administration. Removing the subsidy is not a problem. What is this man talking about? Would Atiku said subsidy gone at that inaugural speech? No. Would Peter Obi said subsidy gone at that time? No. No. So they would have settled down, look at what is on the table. There is a probability they use that to campaign, that subsidy, they are going to remove subsidy. There is a probability once they get to that seat, they bring all the files, see everything, the way the country is being run, what the area will need to adjust. Okay, this one. There is a probability some of them might not have removed the subsidy. Even if they want to remove it, they might not have removed it in that first year. They would have put everything in place. do all the plannings. They would have assembled all the cabinets, all the ministers would have been on desk before they talk about removing subsidy. They would have come, sit and put their heads together, think of the things to do, the planning. When this subsidy is being removed, this is what we are going to do. Tinubu says subsidy gone without even having his minister. Without having his ministers, and says subsidy gone. Who does that? Who does that? Removing subsidy, they said, okay, now you said all of them said they want to remove subsidy. Now everything Tinubu used to campaign, is it what Tinubu is doing? Everything he said he was going to do during that campaign, has he done everything? So why this subsidy? There's a probability Peter Obi, if allowed to be the president, there's a probability he will not have removed the subsidy. Article, there's a probability he may not have removed the subsidy. So why this problem every time? Peter Obi, hey, Sheung, I repeat, please stop asking people questions that has to do with Peter Obi. Please. This was what Very Dark Man and this one did the other day. D1 coming to a podcast, Honest Bunch podcast that caused a lot of problem that they are still going through today. That Nedu is still going through today. Bringing people to talk about issues. There's a lot of issues you can talk about. Please, Peter Obi is not the case study. Shouldn't be. It's not the problem of this country. If you bring anybody, let them tell you what to do. Then Tinubu is listening. They will listen to your ideas. Then leave this young man alone. Stop talking about this young man. He's tired. Anyways, please share this video.